It was a really fun time where I felt like I connected to my queerness a lot and got to really explore that a lot more.
Hello, I am Kay Anderson, and you are listening to Lost Spaces, the podcast that mourns the death of queer nightlife. Every episode, I talk to a different person about a venue from their past, the memories that they created there, and the people that they used to know. This week, I am talking to Seth. No last name, just Seth, who is the former co-host of the Thanks for Coming podcast, which recapped episodes of RuPaul's Drag Race whilst also covering queer pop culture. And I say former because they stopped making the show, not because they kicked Seth off, I promise. Having lived in LA for a few years, Seth moved back to his college town of Bloomington, Indiana, where he had that really weird sensation of everything being super familiar but also slightly different and disorienting. And here he took the time and space to figure out his next moves. And it was at this time that the gay bar Uncle Elizabeth's became so important to him and helped him become more confident in his own queerness. Now, before we get into it, I need to let you know that I kind of bully Seth a little bit in this episode. I don't really know what came over me, but I became somewhat determined to convince him to become a drag queen and to have sex in public. So, sorry about that, Seth. Shall we find out how successful I was?
This was actually like a really fun period in my life because for the first time, my whole friend group was like basically all gay people or like queer people.
And that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, I loved it because you can like be yourself and you don't have to like code switch in how you speak with other people and stuff like that, like with straight people or older people that don't know, I don't know.
How much you like dick.
Yeah. So it's really nice to be able to talk freely about gay things and gay topics and that sort of thing and not feel judged.
But do you not find that it becomes a bit of like an echo chamber?
In what way?
Well, when like the only people you talk to are gay or queer, it becomes a bit like too gay.
Is there such a thing as too gay?
I think there might be.
I'm not sure.
Well, okay, but what about like a unicorn puking rainbows whilst wearing a jock strap and
Listening
knitting
to Lady Gaga's Chromatica?
Yeah. Like, surely that's too gay.
No, I would love that. That sounds fun.
Okay, but what if the glitter gets stuck on you and you can't get it off?
That's fine.
Oh, no.
I went to a Rocky Horror Picture Show screening. I would go there and they just like throw glitter all over you.
That should be an offense, I think.
I didn't mind it. It felt kind of fun and fabulous.
No, I don't like it. Like, I don't like waking up the next day and being like, how did this get there? But anyway, like let's not ponder on that. The friends. You were talking about your gay circle of friends.
Yes. For me, I really enjoyed it because I'd always mainly hung out with like mostly heterosexual cis people. And so it was really fun to me because I also really enjoyed the atmosphere of Uncle Elizabeth's because it wasn't like a big club environment. It was like so chill, and they would have boys on poles night. And
just to clarify, these are Poles, not Polish people.
Right, exactly, yes. Steel poles, steel rods. And it was interesting because a lot of the guys that would dance those nights were actually straight guys.
I've actually just recently had a conversation about this. Shall we talk about straight strippers in gay bars?
We can, sure.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, as long as they're being friendly, like, I don't have a problem.
But, okay, more broadly, are you one of those gays? Sorry. Are you one of
Wow, I
those
feel like I have to
gays?
defend myself now.
Are you one of those gays that
It's me, I did it.
that fancies straight men?
Not really.
Okay,
You mean
good.
like they mainly like pursue straight men?
Yeah, like this whole thing about straight men, I can't wrap my head around
Yeah.
it.
I've been with a few straight identifying men before, but it wasn't like I was seeking them out.
But it's just so much energy.
What do you mean?
Well, like in the chase, first of all, there's so much energy, and like
Yeah.
you don't even fancy my gender. I just don't, I can't get my head around why that's appealing to like throw yourself at someone who's really not interested. And then even if you got over that hurdle, then there's all the like shame that they then feel after you like do something as innocent as a BJ.
How do you know that you feel shame? Are you projecting?
No. But I don't think I've ever had sex with a straight person, but I've had sex with people who are like not comfortable with their sexuality.
They were like
And-
quote unquote curious or something like that.
Yeah, or maybe they like accepted that they were gay, but they were still seeped in shame.
I see.
And like maybe hadn't really had any gay experiences and had
Yeah.
only ever had heterosexual experiences in the past. And even that was just like, oh, like, would you just get over this? Like, I mean, yeah, I'm so sympathetic, as you can tell. But like, even that is
Yeah.
just like this, like, you do not have to feel bad about this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really pursue the straight man. I can be a little bit, make my little flirty comments here and there. And then at that point, it's up to them to make the move. So I'm not like trying to take advantage of like straight men.
Okay. Right. So sorry, I interrupted you. So you were talking about the nights they had their men on poles.
Yes. There were men on poles. There was a karaoke night. There was a drag king night. And there was a drag queens a lot. I'm trying to remember. I think they were like mostly on Fridays or Saturdays were drag queens. Like Boys on Pole was like a weeknight activity.
So let's have a chat about drag.
Yes.
I have a feeling that you might be a bit of a fan of drag. Just
Who, me?
because, you might have had a podcast all about Drag Race and the various offshoots.
I mean, I've seen a couple episodes.
What got you into drag?
To be honest, the bar is where I fell in love with drag. That was always my favorite thing, is to watch drag shows, watch the drag queens.
What was it about the shows that you enjoyed?
Well, I liked the music. I liked how confident they were as people. That felt good to me because I have mostly been a non-confident person. So to see someone that felt confident, at peace, and comfortable in their skin was always just like really appealing to me.
Did you ever explore drag yourself?
I have not. I've been told that I would make a great drag queen, but I am simply too lazy to learn how to do makeup. I have been put in makeup before, though.
Okay, so you were put in makeup. Were you put in like the full shebang or just makeup?
Just makeup, yeah. It was just with a group of friends, and we were day drinking, and I was drunk, and it was like 9 a.m. And they were like, "Oh, let's do your makeup," and I was like, "All right, cool." And then like I think they maybe started with like, "Let me put eyeliner on you," and it just kind of like progressed into like a full look. But yeah, I mean, I have no problem wearing makeup. It's fine. I wore nail polish and eyeliner a lot in college because I was like an emo kid.
And so how far down did your fringe go?
Oh, it was pretty far down, yeah. And I had like black hair, blonde hair. I had a green and black hair at one time. I think I did blonde at the roots and black on the ends. And so then like as it grew out, like we even got the third natural hair color in there. So it was like a little calico look that I thought looked nice.
Oh, hombre.
Yeah.
It's really interesting to hear you say, and it's resonating with me, this thing about being attracted to the confidence that drag queens exhibited because of your own unconfidence, which I don't think is actually a word, but it is now because we both used it. So
we're stamping it, yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like, I've never been a super confident person. But I've also never been interested in doing drag. Like I've never felt like, oh yeah, that's a way that I can find confidence.
Yeah, I honestly, at 37 years old, if I were to be able to like go back to like graduating at the time, like graduating college, like I should have just started doing drag at that point because my only valuable skills are throwing shade and being kind of funny.
But
So,
lip syncing,
oh, I love
where
it
do you, are you good at it though?
in my mind and in the privacy of my home. I've had no one ever complain when I've lip synced in my own home alone.
Oh, okay. Well, then I think you should be on season 15, definitely.
Yeah, I'll send him my tape.
But so, okay, are you being a bit ageist here to yourself?
Well, I mean, I could start drag now, of course, but I would want to have started like building my name and stuff back at a younger age, so at this point I could be more successful.
But okay, so it's not because of the love of it. It's just like purely a business decision. Is that what you mean?
No, I mean, I love drag. I would love to do drag. I am old and lazy now, is I guess maybe what I'm trying to say, and I can't move the way that I used to be able to move.
Oh, I think, well, okay. But promise me that you'll consider buying a wig and just when you're lip syncing in your house, you'll try it on and
I already
see
have
how it
one.
feels. Oh, okay. Well, then why are you not
I already have one. I
experimenting?
already have dresses. It's fine, girl. I got the whole setup except for no makeup.
So then why do it? I mean, I don't know why I'm trying to convince you to become a drag queen, but
I don't know. Yeah, I just it's mostly just I don't know. I mean, I'm not very good at makeup, and I think that's probably like the main thing that holds me back.
so how are you going to get better at doing makeup?
Mm,
Sorry, oh, sorry. I'm trying to like push you to somewhere where you're not even that interested in going.
that's why I started a podcast about Drag Race so that I could be funny and shady, but I don't have to put makeup on.
But you could get like a skin mask that's already made up.
Like a full makeup look on a face mask.
Yeah, yeah.
That would be fun. I would be down for that. Because then I could just pull it over and I'm ready to go,
Exactly.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
See, that's just why you have to respect the drag queens more because they actually have the drive and patience to do their makeup.
The wherewithal. Yeah.
Right. Whereas I'm just like, I just want to be funny. I don't know.
It's that annoying thing. Like when you get into drag, you have to then be in drag for
A long
6 or
time.
7 hours. And like,
Yeah.
who could be bothered?
Right, exactly. I would not want to tuck or like, I don't know. It just would, in standing in heels for 6 hours, like I would probably just want to unalive myself.
But are there, like, yeah.
It would hurt so bad.
But the other thing about people who say that wearing high heels like makes them feel a certain way. Maybe there's
Oh, yeah.
something about that.
I mean, I love wearing a boot, like even just, just like a dress boot, basically. Like, you get like the little bit of the incline, but it's not like the steep incline of a high heel. I just like, I like hearing it, the noises. Like when you walk across the floor, it's like click, clack, click, clack. It just makes me feel powerful. So I can only
does
imagine
it?
wearing heels. Like it's probably even more than that, more of a confidence boost.
Yeah. Unless you can't walk in them, then like it's the total
True.
opposite.
Yeah, that would be bad.
But talking about this unconfidence thing
Yes.
and drag
Yes.
and not wanting to do it. Don't think I actually have a question here.
You're still just trying to figure out how to get me to do drag, aren't you?
No, I think what I want to talk about is confidence.
Sure.
This whole show is about spaces.
Okay.
And oftentimes we talk about how those are safe spaces and community spaces and places where you get to explore who you are and you get to feel comfortable. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to feel confident. And sometimes being around those people means that you put an additional pressure on yourself, right?
I guess so. I think I understand what you're talking about. It's, I definitely went there and felt comfortable to be in the space and to be at Uncle Elizabeth's, but like I still felt maybe not a lot of confidence to like approach guys to talk to them.
And did you ever find that confidence?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh, so you don't have any tips for me?
No. I'm not very confident when it comes to talking with guys. So that's like definitely a holdback or whatever you want to say, however you want to call it.
Mm-hmm. Would you just wait for them to talk to you?
Preferably.
And so would you just like lean up against the bar looking coquettish?
Yeah, I just lean against the bar, put my bosoms on the bar, the bar ledge or whatever you call it, arch your back and just, present what's going on.
But not really, right?
No. In an ideal world, I would feel confident to do that. But, and honestly, like, I don't know, maybe this is too meta and too deep to get into. But it's like, I just feel like as queer people, we grow up being not accepted and, insulted and made to believe that we're less than, so that once we're like adults and stuff, we still carry all that hurt with us. So then it's like hard to like put yourself out there, even to talk to another guy to see if they would be interested in you.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you know the thing that got me like over that hump?
Was sleeping with lots of men.
We're sleeping with lots of men.
Yeah.
But it's not just that. Like, it's not just sleeping with lots of men. So in my early 20s, it's like for most of my 20s, I was like, I had this very heteronormative thinking about sex and about relationships and how it's like I'm waiting for the one, or I'm waiting for like a good, meaty, emotional something relationship. No, I wasn't meaning that when I said meaty.
My bad.
And then like I got to a point where I was like, well, I'm not in a relationship. I'm not having lots of sex. So like, this is pointless. I may as well do two of these things. So it's going to be the sex. I want to experience more sex. I'm going to go out and have more sex. And that's when like I started going to saunas and sex clubs and things like that. And like the whole culture around those, so like a whole other topic. But getting to the point where I was like, all right, I'm here for sex, so I'm gonna have sex tonight, and like having to push myself and having to approach people and having to be turned down and having to just be like, oh well, and moving on to the next person, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next, and then finally hitting it out of the park. That so taught me so much about just doing it.
Yeah.
And I don't mean sex, I mean approaching people.
Yeah, I can see how that would be like definitely like a lot of like good practice and stuff like that for approaching people.
Yeah, because you just get so much rejection, and it's just so good for you.
Right. Well, that's the thing is like for me, like I've never been to those environments strictly because I just assumed that if I were to go there, everyone would look like me, like I was like a clown in the corner, like the sideshow act or something, and just nothing would happen the whole night.
Yeah, no, and I get that. Like that's how I felt as well.
Yeah. So I haven't like been confident enough to go to those types of places.
Okay, so the next thing I'm going to be trying to talk you into doing.
Okay. Getting raw dogged in a sauna?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't really like saunas, to be honest. They're a bit boring. And like everyone just stands around looking at each other.
No one talks.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a lot of language.
Well, it's this whole thing. Like, I mean, I may just be a person whose standards are very low, but I'm like, you're good enough. Let's go. But there's lots of people in saunas who are like, no, I'm waiting for the perfect person to come through the doors. And it's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
He only has a 6-pack. I'm waiting for the 8-pack.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's like. And I'm just not into that. So I think it's probably better for you to go to like some dark woods somewhere.
Oh, with a serial killer?
No, just,
Is there a witch in the woods that it's going to kill me?
No, just like there's men on their lunch breaks who are like, I need to get off really quickly. So, you'll do.
Yeah.
Oh, which is not me saying that.
No, I understand my place. I understand. I get it.
That's not what I'm saying.
I mean, I didn't lose my virginity, I think, until I was like 22, I would say.
Oh, that's not bad.
So from that point, moving through life, like I just found myself basically just like doing hookups and like the whole grinder thing for a while. And then within the last like 5 or 6 years or something, maybe even longer than that, I don't know. It's just really lost, like hookups have really like lost its appeal to me. I would just much prefer like to be in a relationship with somebody, because as someone with anxiety, like I feel like it would be a more fun, pleasurable experience to sleep with someone you're comfortable with. But I have not experienced that, so I don't know.
But then you'd get bored.
I don't think I would.
Yeah,
I always seek acceptance, so having someone there to tell me that I'm great would just be like an awesome addition to my life.
I don't know.
It's not for you.
I don't know. You know what people are like? Human beings. They're just a bit, they're a bit annoying after a while.
I don't know. I'm a very independent person too. So like maybe if I ever did find someone that wanted to be in a relationship with me, then maybe I would get bored. I don't know. It's hard to say, but in my fantastical mind, I imagine having a lovely experience with an individual on a regular basis.
Yeah, but the reality is just hard work, I think.
Yeah, just too hard. I don't know. I'm easy to please. I'm such an easygoing person. I hate men. Oh my God. Like, what? I hate men and I'm doing drag.
Good. Yeah, this is where I'm trying to indoctrinate you towards.
You've accomplished a lot in this interview.
So, okay, we went off topic. We were talking about the group of friends. I think that's where we were at.
Probably. I don't know. I really enjoyed having a group of gay friends. It was really nice to be able to just have like a core group of people to count on. But yeah, it was fun, and then sometimes there would just be house parties. Like we would pregame by having like game night, and then like just people start showing up, and then, people are naked in the hot tub, and yeah.
Was there any like drama amongst the friend group? Anyone that fancied or hooked up or broke another person's heart?
Yeah, there was couple that were open, and I think one of the people like would kind of get involved with someone, and like I think they wanted to be more like
a throuple.
I don't know what that's called, like polyamorous. No, because it wasn't like all three would be together. It would be like the two main people and then him and the other new person
from within the friend group, though.
Yes.
Oh, that gets messy quickly.
It was, yeah. So I think then the original partner is like, well, what the heck? Like, why are you so lovey-dovey with this other person? Like, I'm supposed to be the main person. And this is why I would not want an open relationship, because it's already too much work to be in a relationship. Like, I can't have extraneous factors going on.
Well, no, I mean, I think it's fine to be in an open relationship, but you just don't do things in front of me. Like, because that's, even if you're not jealous, it's just a bit like odd.
I mean, I have no problem with people that want to be in open relationships, like, or if you want to be polyamorous, that's fine. It's just not something that I can do because my brain is limited.
Okay. But like going back to what I said before, when you get to the point where you're just bored of your partner, you'll change your mind.
Okay. I mean, maybe we'll come back and do this again in like a couple of years and see if anything's changed.
Yeah. I'll have my little checklist. Like, so are you a drag queen now? And are you in a relationship now?
Good.
Have you been to the sauna? Have you been to the woods?
Yeah.
Yep, okay.
Yeah. Have you ever hooked up with a weirdo?
Oh, I love checking things off lists. That's like one of my favorite
hobbies. Have you ever hooked up with someone that didn't seem totally human? I don't know.
Wait, what? Is that a quote from the film? Please say so.
Well, I just imagine myself in the woods, like getting banged by like a half demon or something.
An elk or something. Okay.
Yeah. Right. No, not an animal. Like, let's not get crazy. Maybe we need to change the topic.
Maybe. So let's stay out of the woods for now.
Yeah. I think I would be happier not having sex in the woods.
Well, I mean...
Okay, fine, I'll do it. You talked me into it. It's fine.
I just, like, there's just something about the experience, There's the wind whipping through your hair. There's the thrill of potentially being caught, I think
maybe
you should
stepping in poison ivy. You never know.
Yes. Coming away with a rash on your ding-dong.
Wouldn't that be fun?
It's a life experience that everyone should have.
It's like, yeah, you got poison ivy, but you also got to have sex in the woods.
Exactly.
I'm seeing the appeal now.
dirt under your fingernails and
Yeah, you feel one with nature.
yes, that's what I'm trying to get at. You're communing with nature and
Yeah.
orgasming with her.
And you plant your seed like you would in nature, you know?
Okay, all right. Well, that's a bit on the nose.
Okay, sorry. I just took it right there.
But okay, wait. Joe, we're leaving the woods. We are not talking about the woods again.
Okay.
Until I get distracted and decide to take us back there. Let's go to Uncle Elizabeth's.
Okay.
So when I was like, hey, let's have this conversation, let's talk about a lost space. Why was Uncle Elizabeth's the one for you?
I mean, I loved going there. I just felt so comfortable being there. Once one of my friends started bartending there, it was nice to be able to like, get like a little shot here, that you're not really paying for.
So free alcohol. That's basically what you're telling me.
Yes, that was cool. I was also like, I don't know, maybe this is normal, but I was also super like on the down low, like trying to save money. So I would buy, you would get those like little $1 bottle shots. I would just like put them in my pocket or my coat pocket or something and bring them in. And then I would like lure people out there out into the patio to do shots with me.
Maybe don't say lure people. Like
this is innocent. We're just drinking.
No, of course. But as soon as you said lure, I was like, oh, hang on. What?
It's like, you put the little bottle in front of them and it gets them to go on the treadmill.
Yeah. Do you want?
Yeah, it's
do you
like
want to
that.
come out here and have a drink with me?
Yeah. It was really fun. Sorry if it sounded creepy.
But so, are you the reason that they closed down because they weren't selling any alcohol?
Yeah. Well, I was drinking underage.
Oh, yes.
No, I'm just kidding.
But it's this 21 thing that I always get confused about.
I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet in my life, but yeah.
Wait, you've already said your age, so
Damn
you
it.
can't circle back on that.
No, they closed down because I'm not exactly sure. I think it may have been something to do with financial situation. Maybe it just started like getting less and less busy. I'm not too sure.
So what was going on in your life at this time? So you said you just moved back to Indiana. You were going to the club 5 nights a week. I don't know why I said 5 nights. You said every night. You were going to the club
just about every night.
Just about every night. Like what else was going on?
Not much really. That was just it. Just hanging out with my friends and drinking. Yeah, it was just a really fun time. And it was a really fun time where I felt like I connected to my queerness a lot and got to really explore that a lot more.
And so you didn't explore that in LA?
I don't know. I mean, I would go to the bars sometimes.
But so then why were you not?
Why was I not generally accepted by the gay community in Los Angeles?
Well, I was going to ask, like, why did you not explore your queerness more there? But yeah.
Because Los Angeles is a very superficial town, even more so than just, like being in Bloomington, Indiana. So it's very much about looks, your job or whatever, your social standing in the community there.
And so did it just feel like fuck my drag?
Yeah, basically. I mean, yeah. I mean, I felt that way just about being queer a lot of my life, just as someone who's generally been overweight and struggled with that and not been accepted by the community, Growing up, I was into like punk rock music and pop punk and stuff like that and not Madonna. So
I just want to say for the record, you can be into both.
Oh, well, I am now. But like growing up, I thought being into punk music meant you could only listen to punk music.
Yeah, isn't that interesting how we pigeonhole ourselves sometimes?
Yeah. But then I grew up and I was like, oh, well, no, Lady Gaga is punk.
Well, I don't know about that.
I do.
Really?
I think so. Well, like early Gaga. Like she's kind of like evolved a little bit different within like Joanne and Chromatica. I like Joanne. Don't know slander on Joanne.
Oh, come on. What's the one?
It's so good.
Is it Million Reasons? Oh, it's just
Million Reasons is one of my least favorite songs.
Okay,
I
good,
will admit
because
that.
I was going to say that's awful. That is awful.
Although we went and saw her in Vegas at her residency, her Enigma show, and for some reason I was like really emotional during that song when she performed it. So it's like kind of hit or miss for me.
Were you just dehydrated?
No, I'm a Pinot Grigio girl.
Right. What did Uncle Elizabeth's teach you about yourself?
It really, well, it allowed me a space to make a whole like tight knit group of gay friends and allies, and it was really nice to be able to have that moment because it just really, I felt like I could be myself. I felt more confident in my queerness, and I became more like, oh yeah, like I don't know what I'm trying to say, more out there, I guess. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say.
Do you have any memories of Uncle Elizabeth's or clubbing from your own queer scene that you want to share? Well, if you do, please get in touch. I want to create the biggest online record of people's memories and stories of queer clubbing. Go to lostspacespodcast.com and find the section Share a Lost Space and tell me all about what you got up to. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as Lost Spaces Pod. Follow Seth on Twitter at homosexual. Do you see what he did there? That's funny, right? Or listen to old episodes of Thanks for Coming wherever you find podcasts. Lost Spaces is not only a podcast, but a concept record as well. I have been writing songs about queer venues and the people who used to live their lives there, and will be releasing songs over the next year. You can hear the first single, Well Groomed Boys, which is also playing underneath my talking right this very second, on all good streaming platforms. If you enjoyed this episode, I would really appreciate if you subscribed, left a review on your podcast platform, or just told people who you think might be interested in giving it a little listen too. I am Kay Anderson, and you have been listening to Lost Spaces.